10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Winston sliding out of the pocket. And he will slide down with a good gain. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, Winston. And complete, right side to Cook. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and short yardage, Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. And the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Yeah, the next-gen stats will show us just how long it took for the pressure to get there, and it's not much. 1.8 seconds all told. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Left side on the swing pass. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down, Drummond. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Drummond. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. Winston. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Here's Winston. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Let's take it inside his own 40. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Drummond. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
From the 36, Winston. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third. Back now at Ford Field. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
First and goal, Minnesota.
Winston now. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Off the play fake, Winston. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it right around the goal line. Williams loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Sanders on for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st and 10, Drummond flushed out right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Short, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Now a nice throw here right side, he hauls it in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Drummond. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions are on their way to a 2-0 start. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was it.
The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's got some space here. Inside the 20. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown.
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From the 10.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40, the 20. He will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. So it's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now a throw to the... First down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off play action. Drummond. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Well, I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Vikings. Laviska Shenault with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expects.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake. Drummond. He's got a man. Complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Second down.
Off play action. Drummond on the move to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off the play fake. Drummond. And this one is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Now a throw caught by one of their linemen. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Following the interception, Winston. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And they will take over first and 10.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
This is caught at the 20. A big play there for Detroit. 51 yards.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all. Haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. That one looks like he'll throw here.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
Well, we'll see if they go back to base. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Able to complete this to Chenault. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Jameis now on 1st down. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.